Hi, Cindy here. Hope you guys are doing well and having an amazingly gorgeous day. And I hope you guys did some of that. I don't know, I sent out an email about some just loving activities and loving on yourself for Valentine's week. And I hope it helped you. And I was just thinking about some of your posts today. Sorry, my hair's in my face, even though it doesn't look like it. You know how you get the wispies? At any rate, sorry. So let me know if you guys are on here. If you're seeing me, give me a big thumbs up, all that good stuff. And, you know, I was looking at some of the posts and I so appreciate them. And, you know, it really helps me in just directly on how I can serve you in this community. And, you know, I definitely do see a common thread of even, you know, having left relationships that it's hard to be on Facebook Live with you. Somebody said it's hard to be on Facebook Live. Oh, hi, Susan. You're so good. At any rate, somebody was just saying, it's hard for me to be on Facebook Live. So, hi, hope you're well. Any questions or takeaways from the interview? Anything out there? But at any rate, I'm appreciating your shares and you guys showing up, saying who you are and the woman that you are, because you are enough. And you're fabulous just the way you are. And, you know, a lot of times, I'm trying to get this thing squared away. A lot of times, you know, I've heard as women, you know, getting involved in relationships with people that are narcissistic or, you know, emotionally abusive or mentally abusive. And I've been there myself. And a lot of this comes from our childhood, right? And I talk about this quite a bit, but it's, you know, and maybe you're thinking, well, I had a pretty good childhood. Well, it may not be directly reflective of how your parents showed up with you. However, there may have been something that they couldn't possibly provide. Oh, you haven't heard today's interview. Okay. For you, which can create the longing for a relationship that sometimes we connect with people through our woundings. So when that happens, it can be like a subtle, it's like gaining a few pounds. It's like, oh, I'll just have another piece of chocolate. I won't go to the gym. I won't do this, or, you know, and the next thing you know, you've put on 10 pounds. And it's the same thing when it comes to narcissism and especially emotional abuse and verbal, because it just starts to seep in. And if you don't know what to look for and you don't know the signs immediately, then typically people that are, though, you know, all of what I just described are very charming and can be really amazing in the beginning. And then little by little, maybe there's the little criticism that happens. And it's like chipping away. I did my group call last night with my clients, and I had a guest speaker on, and she's a dear friend and a client, and just adorable, and she's a business coach. And so I asked her to speak because she's really great at connectivity. And she's had some turmoil in relationships that have completely turned around now. It's basically done a 360. So maybe it would be helpful if I posted it and you guys could listen. I'd be happy to do that, because it's so easy to think, oh gosh, maybe there's something wrong with me or whatnot. And if you're really present, this is something that I talk about a lot, is if you're present with the person you are in front of, you can oftentimes feel in your body, how do I feel when I'm with this person? Because our bodies don't necessarily lie, but the thing that can be even challenging around it is the fact that a lot of times we don't trust our initial body response, or we want to believe that somebody is a certain way and they're not. And, and that becomes, and I see the other thing I see very, very often is they think a lot of women do this, and men do it too, but women more so, because we always want to see the best in people, is women will go, well, gosh, I really, the first year of our relationship was magical. And then after that, he completely changed. But the thing is that the person that he changed into is the person that he is. It's the person whom he's showing up as today, or, after that first year, is who he is. And it's important to know that. It's important to stay cognizant of that and not hope that they're going to change back. And, there's coaches out there that'll be like, whoa, the magic pill that'll make him want you or seduce him to make him fall in love. It's, and Scott and Emily McKay and I, in the interview today, we talked about this, one of them that's being featured today. We talked about, the hook headlines that say that, and then the content will be, if you do X, Y, Z, your unavailable man will all of a sudden become available. And I'm going to shoot straight with you. That's not the case. Especially if there's some unhealthy behaviors. Now, are there ways that you are showing up possibly that that are creating more of a distance? Yes. We're the common denominator in our relationships, but don't take more than 50% of the responsibility of that. So it's also being cognizant and understanding of that piece too. And being, taking a step out, taking a chance, and, really thinking about what kind of man do I want to attract? What are the qualities, right? Get clear about that. And am I the woman that kind of man would want to be with? Am I showing up as that woman? And sometimes you are, maybe sometimes you're not. And it's not about being perfect and about what you think the perfect version is of you. I believe in being authentic, but also knowing, hey, I am where I'm at, and I'm working to become the best version of me I possibly can. That's where I'm at. And there's nothing wrong with that. And there's no perfect man out there either, by the way. He's got stuff. He has things that he comes to the table with. And, the things that maybe you think, oh, I've got some debt, or I've got children, or, maybe you meet someone that already has children too, or and know that if you get married, he's not taking on your debt. And or if you guys choose to take that on together, that's a choice in partnership. And some men will choose to do that. Not to say that they're clearing it out for you, but maybe you guys take a look at, okay, what's an approach? I really believe in my partner and I believe in their abilities and I want to make their life easier, but not by being a doormat, so to speak. And as a woman, you want it to be a man that starts that way. So how am I showing up? And a woman that has, a woman does not chase a man. This is how I coach. This is what I teach. I would say very, very rarely would you ever reach out to a man. And you want to be the receiver. Oh, good. Yay. Welcome, Penelope. You want to be the receiver. So the only time the rules change is when you're online. And I'm going to tell you guys some of the secrets that I tell my clients as well, is when you're online, it's the only time I will say reach out to men. So if you're on one of the dating apps, swipe right, reach out to them. Hey, nice green shirt in your profile. I really liked that. And just drop the handkerchief, drop the proverbial handkerchief. And then he will, and don't compliment him on his God-given gorgeous blue eyes or anything like that. But just always compliment a man on something that he's wearing, or something that he's wearing, something that he's purchased, even his watch, or something that he's doing, right? Oh gosh, that looks like a beautiful hike. Where is that? And he may answer, you're just doing an icebreaker, which shows that you're interested. And then after that, he's like, oh, that was, at Yosemite and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, awesome. I love that. And then just say, hey, after a message or two, I go right in for the kill. I always tell my clients, because you don't want to waste a lot of time. Online can be really flaky, so you just want to turn it into, hey, let me know if you're up to grab a quick coffee sometime soon. I always find it easier to see if there's more of a connection by meeting in person. Boom. And if they continue just emailing you or messaging you, they're not in a place where they are able to meet, want to meet, serious about meeting. They just are looking for a pen pal, and you're not, right? So I just want to, you distance yourself. You stop responding, because they'll get the hint. They're like, oh, okay, she wants to meet someone, not just have a pen pal. And you don't tell them that, but you just fade away. So I'm hoping this is helpful, as well as, I think going back to the trauma piece, and, if you've been in relationships with unavailable men, or men that have been abusive somehow, or mistreated you, or, misguided, it goes deep, and it hurts your self-esteem, and, and there's a worthiness thing that starts to happen. And if you can, feel those feelings, like let them wash over you like a wave, feel them and release them. Now, and don't go talking about them to 5 of your friends every week. Leave your committee out of it. I mean, maybe you share with one friend a few times, but you've got to release those feelings so you can move forward. Because if you continue to rehash it in your head, or you continue to not only rehash it in your head, but if you continue to talk about it, it's like it's still happening and it keeps you stuck in the situation. So it's really about making those choices of, okay, I'm going to process through this. I'm making a decision and I'm moving forward. And what's inspiring about my group call last night too is, my client, friend, I helped her to move through some really painful situations that she had experienced, and she could sit around and be a victim and not move forward, and literally has brought in a man so quickly that it would make all of your head spin. And but part of that too is she had been doing a lot of work around this, a lot of personal development, a lot of clarity work. And I always recommend bringing in a coach, getting help, having someone that can see your blind spots. I'm happy to talk to any of you guys and really getting that deeper level of support, right? I say this, oh, you're welcome, Fiona. Hey, me, Lynn and Tina. Aw, I'm so happy you guys are here. My besties on the Facebook Live. But at any rate, where was I at? I was distracted by looking at all your beautiful faces. But just going back to, if you've experienced emotional trauma, it's easy even to get in denial about it and removing yourself from the situation, really giving some time to heal even, but also opening up to play and opening up to the possibility. And when you're clear about what it is you desire in partnership, who you want to be in a partnership, then you can work towards that, even if you're not 100% there, because I don't think we ever are 100% exactly where we want to be all the time. We just aren't. However, the woman you want to be, she's there. And you can, and if you can start to get out there and move forward, it brings that to you energetically. And there could be things that are blocking you, limiting thoughts and beliefs, limiting thoughts of, oh, all the good ones are taken, right? There's not any great men left, or, everybody's got big, whatever your story is, whatever that you're creating, like, it's an ego that tries to keep you stuck in the same place of that lower level vibration or frequency that really isn't you. And really, you're here, you want to break through that. So let's do it. And I want to hear your comments. I want to hear anything, any questions that you might have. I'm so happy this is helpful. This is like, I don't know, I'm like rah empowerment lady today. I want to empower you guys to really be the change you want to be in the world, right? Gandhi says that. But also really be your own advocate. What do I need? And I can tell you, I say this to women all the time. It's like, schedule a call with me. I have a free 30-minute call, and most people that talk to me end up getting 45 minutes because I love to help and I love to see what I can do for you guys. So you can do that too. and get a little bit of one-on-one time with me as well. But I will continue to give you guys feedback, love, and know that, you know, those emotional triggers, those things that are coming up that we're talking about that want to be released can turn into self-sabotage. Believe me, I've been there. I probably wrote part of the book on it. And it's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about this. So I am going to sign off for today unless anyone has a question. And if not, then I want you to know that you guys can purchase this series, this video series, along with one of my other series that is amazing called Why Men Pull Away. Now, I'm not attached to whether or not you guys get it, but if you do purchase it, it's $47. It's a screaming deal, and you're getting well over $500 in value, or I mean, maybe like $1,000. I would say that because I'm giving you two series, sorry, well over $1,000 in value of these series. And part of the proceeds goes to autism. And that is an organization that is really close to my heart because they are committed to research and a cure for autism. So I'm emotional today about this stuff. But where can we access? Oh, Lisa Barnett's. Yes, there is a special price through me. You know what, Marnie? I'll have Robin reach out to you, and you want to break through the limiting belief that I settle for less because I haven't found a guy that I want to commit to. Yeah. Susan, just to speak into that, it's, you know, that's really common. A lot of times as women, and men do it too, will settle for less than what they really desire. And part of that's because they're not clear about what it is they really want. Or if you are clear, right, there's that limiting thought, which is ego, and it keeps you in that lower level frequency. So if you kind of virtually hug that out and release it, and also get some guidance around maybe some other things that are blocking you, we can easily release those things. And also understand how to show up is that woman that he cherishes and adores. The boundary thing, given to less than what you deserve. And sometimes it's just like, man, I don't want to be alone, right? So I can speak into that more. And I understand knowing your value, but knowing your value and setting healthy boundaries can be a challenge, right? And so that's the biggest piece. And that piece right there is when you start to really honor yourself, honor your boundaries, honor what it is you want, men show up differently. They do. And we speak into this a lot on this series. So I don't know, in this one, Why Men Pull Away series. And then you start to beat yourself up, right? Susan, you start to go, if he, you know, the guy that you settled for less for pulls away or something. And then you start to think, well, what's really wrong with me? Yep. And we can talk about that. Yeah, we can talk about that. And, you know, I'll speak into that even deeper tomorrow on this live. I can speak about body image issues. Oh boy, can I. I will. And you guys, I've got a really great gift for you. I'm going to post my group call from last night. It is amazing. You're going to love it. And it speaks into body image issues too. The woman that spoke is not a perfect 10, and she's attracted I mean, he kind of looks like Superman. A really amazing, loving partner that mirrors her. And part of that too is she's been breaking through a glass ceiling of personal growth, development, work. She is not afraid to hire coaches. She's not afraid to invest in herself, which is very high value. If you want a high value man, it's about really being a high value woman too. And that means having those healthy boundaries. So I love to speak into that. But I'm sending love to all of you guys. And again, if you do choose to purchase the series, you get it. And you can listen to those videos and they're yours forever. And you get access all the time. And again, like I said, 10% goes to, that's the portion of the proceeds. 10% of the proceeds does go to Autism Speaks. So God bless you. I'm sending everyone a big hug, lots of love, kiss. I will be on tomorrow. Mwah. Thank you so much for showing up and showing up for yourself. So sending love. Bye, everyone.